I welcome you all to Nandip Academy for UPSC and MPSC. Here we are going to deal with multiple choice questions based on the newspaper The Hindu, dated 10th December 2020. Test your reading of The Hindu along with your memory of the events that are written in this newspaper. Let's begin with the first multiple choice question. Consider the following statements regarding Poshan Abhiyan launched in 2018. 1. It is India's flagship program to improve nutritional outcomes for children, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. 2. It was launched on the occasion of International Women's Day in 2018. Which of the above statements are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, and D. neither 1 nor 2. The answer in this context to the first question is C. both 1 and 2. Some additional information about Poshan Abhiyan. The Poshan Abhiyan is an overarching scheme for holistic nutrition, also known as the National Nutrition Mission. The National Nutrition Strategy that was released by the Niti Aayog in September 2017 presented a micro-analysis of the problems in the area of malnutrition and chalked out a strategy to deal with it. The Poshan Abhiyan is an outcome of this National Nutrition Strategy, and it focuses on removing the problem of malnutrition and addresses this problem on a mission mode. Let's move on to the second question. Which one of the following statements is not true regarding the Universal Service Obligation Fund, also called as the USOF? First, the resources required for meeting the Universal Service Obligation Fund would be raised through a universal access levy. The fund has been set up with an objective of providing vital telecom connectivity to cover all areas. The Indian Telegraph Amendment Act 2003 has given statutory status to the USOF. The USOF will be utilized for funding the undersea optical fiber cable to connect 11 islands of Lakshadweep with Kochi. Which statement is not true? The statement that is not true and not related to the Universal Service Obligation Fund is the second one, the B. This fund has been set up with an objective of providing vital telecom connectivity to cover only the rural areas, the inaccessible areas, and the backward areas. All areas are not included under this service fund. Some additional information apart from these three correct sentences that you need to know about the Universal Service Obligation Fund. The fund was required to establish telecom services in the rural, backward, and inaccessible areas where the revenue generation is lower as compared to a city or an urban area. And because the revenue generation is lower, normal market forces alone would not direct the telecom services to these areas. With regard to the importance of providing vital telecom services in the rural, inaccessible, and backward areas, this fund has been set up. Under the new telecom policy of 1999, the resources for meeting the USOF would be raised through a universal access levy, which would be a percentage of revenue earned by operators under various licenses. The Prime Minister, in his Independence Day speech, announced to connect Lakshadweep with Kochi with undersea optical fiber cable. And that is why this um, fund, Universal Service Obligation Fund, was in news in today's newspaper. Moving on to the next multiple choice question. Consider the following statements regarding the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, also known as Quad. First statement: India, Russia, US, and Japan are members of this dialogue. Second, it is an intergovernmental security forum. Third, its members organize summits, exchange information, and military drills. Which of the above statements are correct? A 1 and 2, B 2 and 3, C 1 and 3, or D 1, 2, and 3? The answer in this context is B 2 and 3. The reason for the answer being 2 and 3 is because in the first statement, where it talks about members, India, Russia, US, and Japan, Russia is not a member of this dialogue. It is Australia which is a member of this dialogues and forms the fourth member of this quadrilateral security dialogue. Along with this information, you need to know the origin, the year. It was discontinued for a while in between, and its revival of recent because of the territorial expansion threats posed by China. So we'll see something about some additional information related to the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. It is an intergovernmental security forum that it comprises 4 countries: India, US, Japan, and Australia. The members organize summits, exchange information, and military drills. In 2007, Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, proposed the Quad. It was paralleled by joint military exercise of an unprecedented scale called the Exercise Malabar. In 2008, it was discontinued after China protested against its formation. Again, in 2017, at the ASEAN summit, it was revived and rejoined by the 4 members amid growing tensions in South China Sea by China and its growing territorial ambitions. Let's move on to the next question, which is about the Champions League that is in news. The Champions League is a competition that is related to which sport? A. Cricket, B. Football, C. Hockey, or D. Basketball? The Champion League is related to football. Some extra information that is related to the Champions League. It is an annual football competition established in the year 1955. It is organized by the Union of European Football Association. It is contested by the top division European clubs, and it is considered to be one of the most prestigious football tournaments in the world. That is about Champions League. Let's move on to the next question that appeared in today's newspaper. What is PM Vani related to? A. Telecommunications, B. Postal services, C. Broadband internet services, or D. A radio program? The answer to this question is C. Broadband internet services. And this question is relevant from the point of view of the Union Cabinet proposal of setting up of a public Wi-Fi access network, which is called the Prime Minister's Wi-Fi access network. It will include setting up of public Wi-Fi hotspots across the country via public data offices, also called as the PDOs. The move is aimed at helping accelerate the uptake of broadband internet services. So this is all for today, and We'll meet again with 11th December MCQ based on the Hindu. Thank you.